Hello and welcome back to AWS On Air here at reInvent 2020, where I am super stoked to be joined by a very special person here at AWS that I've kind of been fangirling on ever since I met her a little while ago. We'll get to that in a minute. Just as a quick reminder for you all, we are here on AWS On Air. If you have any questions for myself, Samira, or anyone else you're seeing, please remember to tweet us at AWS On Air and join us throughout the 3 weeks of reInvent for keynote recaps, service launch deep dives. This is my architecture, one of my favorite, of course, CQ. But in the meantime, we will jump into one of our industry interviews with Samira. Samira, tell us all a bit about what you do here at AWS.
I'd love to. Thanks, MJ, for having me. I'm a client director for our global M&E vertical, and I have the privilege of leading a highly passionate team of architects, delivery managers, and sales execs to serve some of the largest media conglomerates in the world.
Wow, that is a big role,
It's cool.
Samira.
Thanks.
I don't know how you do it. Obviously, you do, and very successfully. So with that, let's go a little bit deep, a little bit personal. Tell us what trends you're seeing in the media and entertainment industry right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to ground us, when I'm talking about media and entertainment, I'm talking about a wide variety of different use cases and industries, from studios and OTT providers to publishers and broadcasters to the developers of music, radio, sports, and telcos. So it's quite all encompassing.
Massive.
It's pretty massive, exactly. So just keep that bear that in mind when we're talking about the trends. But to answer your question directly, MJ, the first trend I'm seeing is this elevated war for eyeballs. Consumers are viewing more content than ever before. It's up 70% year over year, which is crazy. And this has increased pressure on content producers to create more content faster and more efficiently.
Wow, 70%. That's crazy. And it kind of makes sense, I guess, where we find ourselves in the world. I have to admit, I'm a bit of a sucker for The Mandalorian. I'm dying for tomorrow's episode. What are you watching right now? Anything in particular?
Yeah, I actually have been binging The Undoing on HBO Max, which
nice.
Big fan of that. Oh, it's been unbelievable. So highly recommend it. But to that same point, MJ, and you just set me up really nicely for the second trend. So thank you for that. These shows that we're binging are all on these direct-to-consumer platforms, and it's the rise of these direct-to-consumer platforms and a renewed focus on digital advertising as a primary growth strategy for major corporations that we're seeing as this second large trend. So, as examples, NBC Universal's Peacock, Warner Media's HBO Max, Disney Plus, these all launched in 2020. And they all launched on AWS, and they fit that strategic mold. Yeah. And this week at reInvent, all three of these streaming services, these premier streaming service providers, are going to be speaking at sessions at reInvent. And this is in addition to, Netflix, Hulu, CBS Interactive, Prime Video, and Fox, all of whom are running their direct-to-consumer platforms on AWS.
Wow, that's pretty crazy to think of, something like Disney Plus that seems so the norm now in our homes as having only launched this year. It's crazy. So speaking of our customers, Samira, what are you seeing on the ground that is helping to keep them agile in 2020 as well as keep them moving into 2021?
Yeah, that's a great question, MJ. And, we always think about agility and being able to move fast. And essentially what we're seeing is this acceleration of both digital and industry transformation propelled by a consumer revolution that's been exacerbated by COVID-19 business disruptions, which has created tremendous urgency for our M&E customers. This year has actually seen a huge shift to remote work for content creation and a streamlining of production by becoming less dependent on on-premise hardware as a result of what I just mentioned. So broadcasters are moving their media workflows to the cloud, and studios are looking for ways to let content creators work securely from anywhere. And I can provide you with a couple examples if that would be helpful.
I would love that, actually. Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, of course. So the first example I'll provide is Fox and ABC. They were able to really leverage this advantage by keeping their business up and running by moving creative tool sets to the cloud when the pandemic hit, which was possible since they had already built their content lake on AWS. And the second example I'll give you is one that Andy Jassy mentioned during his keynote on Tuesday, which was NBC Universal, which, like all studios, Yeah, they're great. They're great. NBC Universal, which like all studios was constrained by COVID restrictions, and they were able to spin up hundreds of virtual media workflows instantaneously on AWS, so that their news and entertainment shows could reach our homes uninterrupted while keeping their production teams safe.
Wow. Oh my goodness, what a massive job.
Yeah, definitely. And look, MJ, I think the second part of this is that we're hearing from customers that while this was a radical shift due to necessity, it's here to stay.
100%. That's a great call out.
Yeah, totally. And there's this saying that necessity is the mother of invention, which I love that saying. But in an AWS's case, that innovation, agility, and scale was already in place. COVID just acted as an accelerator for the adoption of these trends. And I got to tell you, my team and I have been very honored and humbled to be able to support our customers during these unprecedented times as a result.
Wow, like these are really exciting times when you put it in that perspective. And yeah, I like that quote, good use of it. And I guess what AWS does is help accelerate that at a faster clip, which is just awesome. Because to what we were saying before, it's like the norm. It's like it's never not been here all of a sudden. So how about, if you don't mind, tell us a bit about how we make that possible, Samira.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess before I go into that, I just want to take a second again to ground us by saying that I absolutely love seeing Andy Jassy speak about the reinvention of media and entertainment as a vertical on Tuesday's keynote. He was citing the work of Netflix, NBC Universal, Disney, Viacom, CBS, and Fox. And that, I think that's just a tremendous testament to what we are both doing, both our customers as well as AWS to be able to enable this type of change. And I often get asked why M&E customers are choosing AWS over other cloud providers. And there's 5 reasons why in my mind. The first is that AWS has more services and functionality than any other cloud provider, and that's by a lot.
Yes.
And the second is our business is innovating at a faster clip, especially in areas like artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, serverless, and of course, media workflows. And the third is we can't do this alone, right? So we have the largest.
No way.
Exactly. You can't do it alone. So the third is that we have the largest and most vibrant community of customers and partners. And then, to round it out, MJ, the fourth is that we have unmatched experience, maturity, reliability, and performance as we've been operating 6 to 7 years before any other cloud provider. And I'll end this with the last differentiating factor, which is our culture is really different. We're very customer obsessed. And I hope that showed in some of the earlier examples I provided here.
Oh, I think so. And I think what's great is, our customers push us to be even more so every single day. And I love that we've kind of come together this year more than ever that we've seen in history, if you think about it, to really bring this all to fruition. So, Samira, as a result of some of these factors, I think there were 5 you've just mentioned that, we're really seeing AWS push the boundaries of what was considered unrealistic, really, for public cloud in M&E before. So, tell us a bit more about that.
Well, you're exactly right. We're pushing the bounds and we're doing things that were previously considered absolutely not possible. So that's really exciting. And I want to give you 2 examples.
Okay.
The first is for live sports and news production. This is one area where the work we're doing with AWS's Cloud Digital Interface to distribute uncompressed video with partners like Grass Valley and Evertz is game changing. And I'm going to expand on that a little bit later. But I think that's a great example to just call out based off of that, your insightful comment before. And the second example is the reinvention of live broadcasts. And companies like Fox are a testament to this. We heard directly from the CTO and president of Fox, Paul Cheeseborough, on Tuesday during Andy's keynote, citing that specifically. So, MJ, when I provide you those 2 examples and I think about, those 5 differentiating factors that I mentioned before, these are really what's giving the world's largest video platforms and distributors the confidence to choose AWS. And these are huge companies, right? I'm talking about the likes of Netflix and Prime Video, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, NBC Universal, and Fox, which are all using AWS to reinvent their core M&E pipelines.
Oh, absolutely. And if any of you didn't catch that keynote or our Fox presentation, please, they'll all be available from this weekend for you to go back and have a look at. So, with that in mind, and with so much of our lives, Samira, pivoting to, being at home this year more than ever before, it's awesome to see these customers and what they are able to achieve. You know, it's not us, it's really our customers. So tell us, what are your customers in particular super excited about, Samira?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and then there's a ton, MJ. So we could go on like all night, but I know we got to hard stop here. Yeah, totally. So I'll give you like the top 5.
Okay.
But the first kind of points back to that last example I gave you around sports and live news production, and it's the AWS Digital Interface. And this is a network technology that allows you to transport high quality uncompressed video inside the AWS cloud with high reliability and network latency as low as 8 milliseconds. And the reason I love the solution is because it gives our customers an option to move away from on-premise deployments and SDI interface deployments specifically, which have been the old guard way of doing things. CDI also enables our partners to innovate really quickly, allowing them to leverage our tech without much rework of their existing applications, which is exactly what Evertz and Grass Valley have done.
And it's what we want to see, right? 100%.
Yeah, exactly. And then the second is actually really timely. Andy announced it on Tuesday. He announced 3 things, which I'll talk about here, but it's the local zones, outposts, and wavelength. So in his keynote, Andy really specified that we're expanding our regional footprint to accommodate customers' low latency workloads, which are critical for media and entertainment, of course. And we're launching 15 new local zones through 2021.
Wow.
And in addition to that, MJ, we are launching a smaller form factor outpost, either 1U or 2U versions of that product. And we're expanding wavelength zones internationally with some major telcos. And this changes the game when it comes to content production for remote creative worldwide. Yeah, and let me tell you why I love this. It's because it enables our customers to leverage AWS and production applications with their virtual creative teams dispersed globally. So while being able to, and they can do this while being able to access a centralized production cloud-based content lake. And when you think about what that empowers, it really allows them to create compelling stories for their audiences with little to no on-prem infrastructure, allowing these creatives to work from anywhere at any time. So it's really, really cool to see how we're kind of taking these hybrid solutions and putting them in these traditional workspaces to allow for these really awesome outcomes.
Absolutely. That's great insight. So if we think about it, Amazon, acquired Twitch back in 2014, and we've been leveraging that platform to fuel low latent, global interactive video experiences, or, to check out the certification quiz show if that is as you so wish. But Samira, why should our customers be excited about this in particular? I'm really interested in that.
Yeah, so Twitch is a really cool one. It's helped us fuel a new product or service, I should say, that we've launched called Amazon's Interactive Video Service, or IVS for short. And what it is it's a managed live streaming solution that's quick and easy to set up with ultra low latency, as you mentioned, and it can scale to millions of broadcasts a month and support tens of millions of concurrent users. And I love this solution to augment a few things. One is sports viewing. It can make sports viewing much more interactive for our customers and their end consumers, as well as enhance premium VOD experiences. And we have some customers using this service right now to connect viewers to talent and create a level of interactivity virtually that never existed before. And that's really cool. And I'm going to give you one example. Comcast is a great example of this. They're using this service, Amazon's IVS, to augment their What to Watch app, which is a series which is helping their Xfinity customers find new content on different applications like Peacock, Netflix, and other apps. So it's really cool, again, to see some of our customers leverage this technology and use it in a way to be able to elevate that interactivity with their consumers in a virtual way.
I love it. Ways that, even just a few months ago, we might never have expected. So it sounds like AWS technology, Samira, is helping us find ways to stay relevant in this new reality, post-pandemic. I guess we can't really say post-pandemic yet, but in this new reality that we find our lives in. So tell me, are there other ways AWS is helping customers stay and feel connected, I guess is what we're talking about, really?
Yeah, MJ, I mean, that's a really insightful comment. I think that the notion of feeling connected, feeling like things are personalized to you as a consumer is really important. So one of the other technologies that I would love to highlight that our customers are loving is AWS Elemental Media Tailor. And this is, and I'll tell you why. So server-side ad insertion and the evolution of dynamic advertising, which have been accelerated by this shift to direct-to-consumer, which we just talked about in detail, are changing the way that we can interact with consumers in a meaningful way. So Media Tailor allows our customers to configure ad break personalization for live streams with DVR-like time shift windows using an ad break suppression feature. And this allows customers to optimize the personalization for each viewer to ensure that only the ad breaks that are viewed are personalized. And I love this because customers are leveraging it to drive real business outcomes, like fueling their ad-based streaming services. And as mentioned before, I mean, that's the advent. We have so many different subscription or ad-based streaming services that are coming out, and our customers need a way to be able to drive that personalization, and Media Tailor does just that.
100%. Personalization is, what we all really, really want right now.
Yeah, and I mean, and thank you for that, because you just segued me to like the last topic I wanted to talk about tonight, which is this notion that we need to get a lot more granular and specific in our interactions with our end consumers. And another AWS service that's powering that is called Amazon Personalize. So a little about that product is, without needing to change any application code, Amazon Personalize enables customers to include new products and fresh content in their recommendation engines, ensuring that the best new products and content are discovered, clicked, purchased, or consumed by end users orders of magnitude faster than any other recommendation system. And I love Personalize because it makes it easier to create personalized recommendations for these fast-changing catalogs of books, movies, music, news, articles with just a few clicks in the AWS console. And look, Amazon knows a few things about personalization, especially with what we've done in our retail businesses. And, this solution speaks to how we can take that same level of technology and extend it to direct-to-consumer offerings, and really be able to create that level of connectivity, interactivity, and personalization that you mentioned with end consumers.
I love it. It's so important right now, and pretty much what I'm hearing everyone talking about. So thanks for that roundup. The other thing that I guess I'm thinking about, maybe you could talk to a little bit, is AWS Elemental Link.
Yeah. So Elemental Link, it's a super small device. Like, think of it as the size of a pack of cards. And it connects a live video source, like a camera or any type of video production equipment, to AWS Elemental Media Live, which is our cloud-based live encoding service. And I love this solution because it provides a configuration-free, super cost-effective way to securely and reliably transfer live video to viewers. Literally, anyone can set this up in the field. I'm talking about a cameraman, a field reporter. All they got to do is plug it in. And the management of the device is all done centrally through the AWS console. So you can think about how this can impact field reporters that are located anywhere globally, or remote production creatives who want to get a live shot, in Australia, while having, somebody back in New York City handling the ingest of the feeds and the configuration and the augmentation of those feeds. Elemental Link provides that. And again, it's tiny. Fit in my purse.
It's amazing. I wish I had all day to talk to you, Samira. I really, really do. Thank you so much for joining us on AWS On Air. I'm sure a lot of questions will be coming your way. What would you like to finish us out on today? Anything else that you can think of that we should look forward to in 2021? Or what are you about to go watch? Maybe we can finish with that.
Ooh, what am I about to go watch? So look, I'll answer both ways, MJ. So there are a ton of different M&E specific tracks that are available. If you go to the re:Invent website, you can search under media and entertainment, and you'll see a wide catalog of different sessions that are being had. And like I mentioned before, all those customers I mentioned previously are going to be presenting. So highly recommend anyone that's watching tonight to go out and see how your peers in the industry are leveraging some of these solutions in really creative ways. And MJ, to go back to like, what am I going to watch? I think as soon as I get off with you here, I am going to go back, and we just started the Flight Attendant on HBO Max last night too. Okay. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to go watch. A new episode actually airs tonight.
I don't know if anyone can see me or what I'm actually doing, but I keep making notes of little things you're calling out for us because I want to go check them out, Samira.
There's a lot of great shows right now to go binge. So
there really is. So thank you for constantly supporting our customers and helping them really invent on our behalf, and I can't wait to see what 2021 brings in that vein. Samira, thank you so much. To all of you who are watching us, if you'd like to learn more, like Samira said, please go check out the M&E sessions. There's so much. It's jam-packed of M&E this year. And keep your eye out for even more M&E sessions coming in January. So with that, we will sign off, Samira and myself. Stay tuned for our local recaps, which for the first time we have available in 10 languages, so bringing it closer to you. And we will see you, or I will see you. Hopefully we have more of Samira. That'd be amazing. I will see you next week for some more CQ and another industry interview. Thank you, everybody. Bye for now.